Welcome on in, fellow sons of Sanguinius. This is Spruce and Studs, and this review video, we finally will be taking an in-depth look at the Assault Primaris that we've been wanting for such a long time. What am I referring to? Obviously, the title states that we're going to be taking a look at the regular Jump Pack Intercessor Battle Brother, as well as the Jump Pack Intercessor Sergeant in this video. So there's nothing to do except jump right on in. And now let's jump into the body of this action figure and take a deeper look at it. So it's nice that JoyToy has put the yellow for the assault/fast attack designation for this Jump Pack Intercessor. And you can actually see that there's some shading here in the recesses of this action figure. It's not just a plain yellow, which is nice because it adds depth. There is metallic green lenses. However, once again, this vent area is not shaded, which is a slight disappointment, but it's not too much of a big deal. Now, as we flip to the pauldron here, there is a blood tier that is screened on quite nicely. And you can also see that there is shading on the edges of this armor too, which adds again more depth and detail to this action figure. Flipping around, you have the Blood Angels chapter symbol and also screened on, and I'll have to say this screening is very nice too. So as we look at the center of this action figure, you get a winged skull, and there is a lot of dry brushing that's happening here, so this area doesn't look so two-dimensional. And moving on down between the armor panels of this action figure, more shading happening. And down in the waist area, you get to see a frag grenade here. And as we flip around to the other side, there is another frag grenade, another pouch right here. No highlights or shading whatsoever on this area. And finally, the last piece of decoration here is a very interesting looking amulet that looks kind of like a door with a lock on it. And then moving on down, we have a lot more accessories that we would normally see on the Space Marine. So this one is rocking another accessory pouch right here, and then down on the thigh area on the other side you have a frag and a crack grenade, which is very applicable as this is an assault unit. Moving on down, we're taking a look at the knee pads. There's once again the fast attack designation right here that's been screened on, another purity seal. And as we flip around back, you get to see the jump pack engines right here. And these jump pack engines are movable, and you can actually remove these jump pack engines as I displayed on the Primaris Captain. So that is it for the body of this action figure. And let's take a look at the heavy bolt pistol. So looking at the heavy bolt pistol, it's clearly only two colors. There really is no highlighting or shading whatsoever on it. However, this is exactly what you want your heavy bolt pistol to look like. The black casing with the gunmetal accents around on the outside. It appears that you cannot remove the magazine on this heavy bolt pistol. So that is it for this. Let's take a look at the chainsword. And this is your standard issue chainsword, except that has a little bit more colors than we're typically used to. You've got your standard black casing, the gunmetal for the teeth, as well as the gunmetal for this area. There's a nice guard here that is a gold kind of color, and then the red handle. So standard issue, but very good looking in my opinion. And the second to last thing we're going to look on this action figure is the jump pack here. So you clearly see that this action figure has grav chutes, and the grav chutes on the outside, actually in the backpack area as well, plenty of shading too. So the grav chutes you can move around. This is the maximum that you can push it down, and this is the maximum that you can fold it up. Look at that. We have the metallic red glowing jump pack engines. Looks like it's on and alive and ready to go, which is nice to see as well. And the final thing that you get in this action figure is this stand that allows this action figure to look like it is flying. The next thing that we'll move on to is the Sergeant. All right, we have the Sergeant front and center, and I left the Grunt Space Marine over here just for kind of a reference sake. So on this particular Sergeant, he is rocking the same yellow helmet that all assault units do, and he also has this golden skull at the top, which is a little bit different from what this guy is. And then as we are taking a look at the pauldrons of this action figure, he has a black one that indicates that he's a sergeant, the same screen on blood tier, which is nice. Flip around to the other side, it is the same motif where you have the black pauldron here and the yellow Blood Angels symbol. And one major difference between this guy versus the grunt is that this guy has a heraldic shield, and on this heraldic shield he's got a golden skull and crossbones here. There's plenty of shading on the outside of it, and plus these nice little gunmetal accompaniments here. The same highlighted winged skull is prominent right here. And taking a look at the waist area of this action figure, you have the frag and crack grenade combination, and this is obviously a gunmetal color that's been heavily weathered as well. And looking at the other side, you have another type of amulet. There is an empty holster and another accessory pouch on this action figure. So taking a look at the thighs, you clearly see more accessory pouches on the right hand side. So the knee colors is the exact inverse of the grunt over here. There is a purity seal, and over here you have the Space Marines engines for his leg area. So that is the Space Marine Sergeant right here. And then we're going to take a look at the other accessories that this comes with. And he comes with a plasma pistol, black casing, plasma pack in the center, and then a bunch of gunmetal accoutrements on the outside. And I'll lament this again, JoyToy, why isn't this plasma coil area a translucent blue? I believe that this needs to be a translucent blue to make this thing stand out a little bit more. So please do that. You have a saber-like power sword, and you can clearly see it is a power sword because of this blue node. And I'll have to say that the translucent blue is not exactly very prominent on this part for some odd reason. It usually is quite glowing blue. This is a very subdued, if not non-existent blue. And it kind of looks like the shading is dark on the middle points of the blade, but lightens up as you get to the edge of the blade. And the final thing that we're going to take a look at very quickly is the jump pack. And at cursory glance, there does not appear to be any sort of difference between this jump pack and the Grunt's jump pack. We'll do a side-by-side comparison really quick. There is no difference whatsoever, which is what you would expect. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll wrap it up with whether I think these guys are worth it or not. All right, fellow members of the chapter, what do you think of these Jump Pack Intercessors? Is it going to be a must-buy? Is it going to be something that you're going to hard pass on? Just let me know in the comments section what you thought of them. So I'll let you know my extremely biased view on these guys. I think, in my opinion, if you're a Blood Angels fanatic, these are going to be a must-buy for you. Just because, well, these Assault Jump Pack Intercessors are really what embody who the Blood Angels are. Well, aside from the Death Company as well as the Sanguinary Guard. That being said, the reasons why I like these action figures so much is, again, jump packs are really cool looking. I really love the red engines on the jump pack. And just with the Sergeant himself, he's got a pretty cool looking power sword like saber, your standard issue plasma pistol, and he's got really nice accompaniments with the accessories that are on him. And with the regular Grunt, there's really not much to say except I do like the standard issue heavy bolt pistol and the chainsword combination. I'll have to say that what was a little bit surprising to me is that I thought that these action figures actually come with grav chutes on their legs. I guess only the captain or higher type of figures only get them. If you are interested, click in the link in the description below, or you will be brought to David Toys, and they are the ones that I get all my action figures from. And before you check out, do not forget to use the code SNS to receive 12% off of your purchase. And with that being said, fellow members of the chapter, thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.